Hi everybody, I'm Joseph Bradley from Almond Ross. This is the sixth day of my trip, and I'd like to talk, see what Spirit has to share with us today. Just give me one moment, please. I see I'm walking along the beach. There's people playing volleyball, and they're just hitting the ball back and forth. I'm walking by, and there's people enjoying the sand, and the beach, and the heat. And people swimming in the water. There you go, straight up into the air, farther, higher up. I still see everything now. I see people. This beach is in a remote area. There's no cities nearby, but there's lots of people, lots of cars. The city I see is a few miles in that direction, not that far. So it's a really popular beach. It's like an outlet. It's just all sand dunes and beach. It's absolutely beautiful. There's beaches on both sides and big sand dune in the middle. And the parking lot is kind of so you have the sand dune which runs this way, and the parking lot that goes this way, and then there's the street that moves in from the city. It's one main street, which then connects on a network of streets. I'm actually going over the city now. Just showing me people doing everyday things, going on with their lives, enjoying life. Some people just going back and forth, driving. I can zoom in and see people walking, going in and out of buildings, bags in their hands, briefcases. I see planes flying in and landing, taking off. Just a normal city. I zoom out even farther, and it turns to night, and I see all the lights lit up. I continue to zoom out, and the lights are lit up, way up. There's patches of no light and a bunch of areas with light. Certain areas have way more lights than others. There's still patches, like of large areas that have no. Certain areas that have no light at all. I look around. I'm still wondering what the point of all this is. So said you'll see in a minute. I see waves of energy hitting the earth, one after the other. And still people walk and do the daily chores, not really understanding what is happening. Some people are more irritable, more frustrated. They don't know why. Some people wake up out of bed, they shake their head, and they realize something is wrong. One person stands up. He knows there's something not right. He just leaves. He goes, quits his job, and just goes on a trip around the world. He doesn't really even know why he did it. He shows a couple arguing, always arguing. They're unhappy. I see couples all over the world like this. One just wakes up one day and walks out the door, quits their job, and finds a new life. Another one knows there's something wrong, but stays in that relationship. Another one gets in the car and drives straight into a wall, going about 140 miles an hour. That, Spirit says, is not the right thing to do. When things get tough, when things are hard, the images of suicide will come into your head. But please, please, wait, ask for help, talk to people. But please, please do not kill yourself. It is not the right path for anyone. It is not a contract. They're pleading, they're telling me to tell you not to give up, that the hard times are just part of a life cycle. Mankind is going through a change and understanding. The images that pop in your head is your ego fighting back, trying to stay in control. It is not meant to give up. Sometimes the decisions we make in our life will affect everyone in our lives, and sometimes in not a good way. But it's the right path. It's the right direction. And things will turn upside down. We'll be in turmoil for a while. But then when they rebalance, you'll come out in a really beautiful place. But you must believe in that. You must believe in yourselves. They take the person out of the car. They lay them on the ground. Spirit is crying. The tears awaken them. He goes into heaven. A part of him does not. And I know that's what the tears are for. The tears are for the parts that are left behind. The part that doesn't leave. stays within the earth. Until one day they come back and get those parts. See, ultimately, when something tragic happens, we lose parts of ourselves. They stay within the earth, on the earth. And that one day we go through many lifetimes bringing those parts together. We may have people that help us retrieve those parts. People like me that can go and retrieve those parts. But there's others like me. It's not that many of us. But you don't understand that every single one of us can do this. Every one of us can go in and heal those parts of our soul. But you have to ask for the ability to do it. Remember the ability. Seek it out. Instead of putting your head in the sand and pretending that nothing is going on. Like so many in the world are today. They're going in their daily lives, living their daily lives, like nothing is going on, like nothing has changed, and nothing is changing. That we can do whatever we want without any repercussions, because some believe there's nothing after they die. That's a really dangerous thing to believe in. Then it gives you the reason that you can go mass kill, murder, rape, steal, hoard money, because there's nothing after this lifetime. There's no consequences. There's no repercussions to anything you do. Does that make any sense? Really, does that make any sense to you? Maybe it does, and that is your choice. But to us that do not believe that, I'm not saying there's hell. We create our own hells when we kill ourselves, when we murder people, when we rape people. We bake off a part of our soul that will never be healed until we accept and forgive ourselves for doing the things that we did. To go back and actually take those dark energies that we created and forgive them and love them again so they may come back to us. How many people out there can say that they'll forgive somebody for raping them? How many people will forgive themselves for doing it? How many people will forgive when they go out and kill people? It does not matter how the killing is done. A part of our soul dies when we do it. And I don't mean a real death. I mean a death of chaos and darkness. Nothing truly dies in energy. It just gets transformed into something else. So when you see a demon, what do you see? I see something different than most. I see a fragment that went through a hard lesson, a hard life lesson, a hard learning. And instead of choosing forgiveness, they chose hate. They chose hate and went down a path of darkness and chaos. I should stop using the word darkness and use chaos in place of it. Because darkness is not evil. It's the chaos that we creates an evil version of it, a twisted, chaotic version of it. When you heal these spaces, when you heal these souls, the fragments, you heal everyone on earth. I have people that say to me that, why would you ever help Lucifer? Why not? He needs more help than all of us, does he not? If he is in turmoil and chaos, does he not deserve that? See, people have a twisted version of what Lucifer is. I don't see him that way. I see a soul that cries out for forgiveness and love. And how are we ever supposed to move forward if we don't do that? How are we ever supposed to move forward if we constantly have hate? Let's just blame him for everything that we do. It's the devil made me do it. The devil makes you do nothing. It is your choice. And until you start to realize that your choices are the ones that are causing all the problems in the world, the bad choices, I mean, because the good choices change the world. I have so many people that are afraid of the darkness. Instead of loving the darkness, they choose to fear and hate it, which then creates more fear, which then creates more chaos in the darkness. But darkness itself is beautiful. It is full of love. It is healing. It heals parts of our soul that cannot be healed in the light. When you sleep at night, or you look up at the stars, what do you feel? Do you feel fear? Do you feel at peace? That is what I'm talking about. The darkness is peaceful and loving. And remember, darkness is full of light. It absorbs all light. So if it absorbs light, you can choose to see the light within the darkness, or you can choose to see the chaos. And when you choose to see the chaos, you will see chaos. You will see horrible things. But when you do see horrible things, why not heal it, embrace it, send love to it? You will not always get a positive outcome. But the stronger you become in love and understanding, the easier that positive outcome and more often it will happen. And the negative outcome will be less and less. So people judge me all the time, but I do not judge them. At least I don't try to. I'm not perfect. I never said I was. But I just try to be what I'm meant to be. I talk about things because I'm meant to talk about them. And if you don't agree with me, that's completely your choice. But please, just think of what you do and your actions that you do before you do them. Everybody has the right to choose what they want to choose. And that's one of the messages today, is to be the person that you are meant to be. Don't be the person that drives the car into the wall, because that is giving up on life. And life is hard sometimes. Take my word for it, I know. It is very hard sometimes. Decisions that you make create chaos in your whole world. Everything seems like it's falling apart around you because sometimes it needs to in order to regrow or restructure. Make it anew. And they're the scariest times in your life. But it's also the time that spirits help you the most. So next time you're looking for answers, listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. And go inside your own mind. Ask for help. There's a lot of us out there that want to help. I will help you if you wish. But my ultimate goal is for you to find the truth and the knowledge within yourself, and for you to be the one person that you're meant to be. And not be afraid of that person. Because you will find things out about yourself, about your soul, that you have to learn to love and accept. Are you willing to do that? Can you ultimately forgive yourself, to love yourself, and forgive yourself? Because the older your soul is, the more that it is done, and the more that you'll be faced with. But Spirit will guide you in the lessons and learnings that you go through in your life. It will be what you can handle, even though it seems like you can't. Change your perspective on what you're thinking. Change the way you're thinking. Just change, and don't be afraid of it. You can continue to go on a day-to-day life, never worrying about anything, because maybe that's what you're meant to do in this lifetime. But I believe all our lifetimes, we let go to a certain point in life, and then where a decision is forced upon us, and we could either choose to stay the same or continue to walk forward. It's a pivotal point in life. Decisions that seem impossibly difficult, but ultimately they're meant to help everyone around you to grow and to learn. But learning sometimes is difficult. But love will always be your guide to know what to do and know what to do is right. So the next time you want to kill yourself, rape somebody, murder somebody, ask yourself, is that love? That's my message today. I'm Joseph Bradley, and I'm one voice, one person that is asked to speak to you, whoever wants to listen. Take care. Have a great day.